All right. Well, this is what I want to talk about, though.
Okay.
Okay, you brought it up in your honorable mentions, but Pusha T's been campaigning for album of the year all year, and he
Yes,
wasn't on
yes.
any of our lists. You brought him up in your honorable mentions, but I don't even think it's top 10 album of this
Mm,
year.
mm.
And I'm hating. I'm hating on him today. We brought a lot of love in today, talking about a lot of positivity about the albums
All
we
right.
like. But this almost dry or whatever is.
Oh, disrespect.
I mean, I'm just saying this is
I didn't
a
like that album that much, honestly, personally.
exactly. It's
Nah,
just
man, I like that
okay,
album, man.
man. This album is just okay. This album does not have the same standard. It wasn't your top five for a reason.
No, it wasn't my top five. No.
Exactly. It's just there's so many amazing albums that came out this year. Now it's not
Yeah, I
that this
agree.
album's not good. It's that there's so many amazing albums that came out this year.
I agree.
Albums that are, some people's, best piece of work. I mean, in a long time, like, KD3 is Nas' best piece of work, in a long time. It's one of his, it's definitely probably one of his, I don't know, six or seven best albums,
Mm.
ever. This is somebody, we had Black Star reuniting. We had, Black Thought drop his best solo album. We had, and this Pusha T album is not. It's just not that. It's not his best album. It's not. It's not the best production of the year. It's not the best lyrics of the year. We got a year where we
So
just
what are
talked
you? So
about
what are you mad at him for doing?
for campaigning for album of the year. This is
Well,
what
it
I'm mad
sounds like
about.
that's working for him.
It is working for him, and it's gonna work for him. Hold on, they've been saying this since the beginning. It's gonna work for him. He's gonna probably get album of
I
the
didn't
year.
know if it was gonna work. I didn't know if it was gonna work. It seems like it's working. He got a Grammy nomination. People consistently put his album in the top or whatever of these lists that you see coming out for different websites, things like that. Um, I went to the show. I went to the tour when he came. It was the whole screen was rap album of the year,
Exactly.
Pusha
Yeah.
T. And when he came out, he was just like rap album of the year. Let the smoke just shine the coops. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Look, I was with it. But I mean that's I don't see nothing wrong with marketing. You have to do that if you want to get this type of pop, type of press.
Yeah, I'm not
Well,
mad at the marketing.
I'm okay. My thing is the music should speak for itself. The music should
No.
speak for itself. And I know it doesn't because the media only is going to push what they want to push. My thing is that I think it's also I just don't like the precedent of politicizing. The thing is, these type of awards are already too political, right? They don't because they don't let the music speak for themselves. Like I said, the Grammys, all this stuff, they just it's all political. He's openly campaigning, and my thing is, who is he campaigning to? Like I, as a listener, is it? I find it very weird. Is he trying to convince me, or is
No,
he
he's
just
not
trying to
trying to talk
convince
to
the
you.
media?
He's not talking to you.
Because the thing is, I thought all that politicizing happened behind the scenes
No,
for
look,
the
man.
media stuff.
It's a marketing campaign, man. You're mad at you. You have misappropriated hate on this one. Misappropriated hate.
Okay.
It's right to hate that he has to do it, but what he's doing is no different than anybody else's marketing plan. It's just his marketing plan. His marketing plan is say album of the year over and over. That will work. Some people will say it's album of the year just because you say it over and over. And when you go on TV and you in interviews, you say it's the album of the year. It's the album of the year. And people be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna remember that. And they remember that and that stays in their head. So I'm not if that's how you're gonna market it, I mean it's not like he's on commercials. It's not like he changed the content. He's not less coked out or whatever on it.
Mhm.
So he has to have
Hmm.
some kind of way to market it. If that's how you want to market it, I'm not mad at it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
I
not mad at
like
that.
it, but is that better than if he tried to switch his style up and do some kind of I don't know, just a bunch of like silly
Oh yeah, no, no. It's I'm not saying he should just sell out and make some pop music or something. Like no, no, no.
Well, I don't know how else he's supposed to get to it in the same type of way, with the same type of, I guess, respect that it would deserve, or that he
Well,
feels like he deserves off rip. I don't think this album is that great. Like I said, I
so
don't. I have it in
Me
my
either.
top. I think 12. I think it's like my 12th favorite album or something like that.
did you guys read the interview he just did recently? I forgot who he did this interview with. But it's one of the hip hop magazines. I want to say Hip Hop DX or.
What do you say?
Well, he talked a lot. I mean, it was a full interview. He talked a lot about. No, I don't think it was Hip Hop DX. But it's I forgot which magazine. But he talked a lot. They asked him about Kanye, of course,
Yeah.
whether he's still president of good music. He said
Right, I saw
that no, he is not president of good music. They asked him about his album of the year stuff. Obviously, he's been campaigning for. They asked him about whether he would feel disappointed if he didn't get it. He said yes. Obviously, he felt very disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
But they asked him about does he feel like he needs to get it to be validated. He said no, not validated, but this is what he worked for, and that he just thinks he deserves it, and he thinks that it's important for him to win it so that people can see that this street coke rap that he does, the brand of music that he does, is art, and that others can see that there's a path making his type of music, his brand of music.
I don't disagree with that either.
All of that is cool. I don't disagree with anything he said. I've always like Pusha as as a person. Anytime he's in interviews and stuff, I like the guy. I just don't like I said, politicizing this sort of thing. It's supposed to be about the music.
Nah, man, this is classic, man. This is classic hating the player when you should be hating the game.
Oh, I hate the game. I already talked about I hate the Grammys. Look, I've been super clear about that.
No, I mean I know, but I think this is misappropriated hate, man. This is just the hate from the Grammys and other stuff like that spilling into hate on one guy.
It's not. But to me, it's all the same. To me, I want to make it clear. So if that's how it's coming across, I want to make it clear. So I think we, again, as the hip hop community, I said this already before in another episode. I don't know if we posted it yet or not, but we should not care about what the Grammys. Hip hop artists should stop complaining about. I said this. We need to stop complaining about. Oh, I'm nominated. I'm not nominated. We need to stop complaining. Oh, I didn't win. I won or I didn't win. We need to stop posting the Grammys as a accolade. On our couch. Like Jay-Z did. Why do we care about these awards? Will Smith talked about this in his All the Smoke interview too, where he said that they were all boycotting the Grammys. This is way back. Will Smith won the first Grammy, right? Then he said they were boycotting it way back, right? And Chuck D said, F a Grammy and all this other stuff, right? And he said that he was in the room with Chuck, and he won the Grammy. And he said it was just an awkward moment for him, right? It was a funny moment on the interview. But my thing is that was bad then. We should have stuck with what they were talking about then. We should have stuck with what Chuck was talking about then. Why did we ever, and why do we ever validate these institutions that don't care about us, don't care about the music? We shouldn't have to campaign for our music. The music should speak for itself, and we should have incredible sources, like the source used to be, to give awards themselves. We should be going. There are plenty of great shows, whether it's podcasts or whether it's things like we talk about them all the time according to hip hop or whatever. I don't care, but my point is there's other institutions that can be the thing to give out the awards. We don't need the Grammys.
The problem is we don't have one, man. And people want awards. People like trophies. People want awards. Artists
exactly
are sensitive, and they care about getting awards when they make art. They want award. They want people to say, "Look how great you are, artist. You're great." So
but the fans say, "Look how great you are. You're great." is the
It's not
award.
the same thing.
Every competition got a trophy, dog.
Yes, when you turn on the TV and they give an award to somebody else, you say, I want the awards. Look, I agree with you, but there's no hip hop. Maybe once the hip hop museums and things like that are built and established, and maybe they can have something annually to recognize, the in a more hip hop, in a more pure sense. But the Grammys have tried to integrate the hip hop into it properly. I don't think they have respect for the full culture, and they only have a certain aspect or view of the culture. But I mean, there's people that are voters that are deeply, quote unquote, hip. We would think that they're the hip hop people like Questlove and Ninth Wonder and stuff. That's supposed to be involved. You would think that they would have some kind of say in something that wasn't just pop.
I feel like,
yes, but I don't know, man.
I feel like they are used as figureheads. They don't have as much power, they have one vote, and I bet I'm sure they vote what they think is best, but the entire committee who's picking it should be hip hop legends. It shouldn't just be Questlove and Ninth One. It should be just hip hop legends that are picking these albums.
Great. Let's get the money together and let's make it happen. But I mean, all of the award shows and all of the current everything in the music industry currently that I've seen is either corrupted by major label money or whatever money flowing. And it's all kinds of different sections of it that's corrupt in different ways. And so it's like, how could you have any valid stuff? I mean, we got BET Hip Hop Awards. They're worse to me because that's supposed to be a straight hip hop award show from a black network. And their awards are just as bad as the Grammys or worse. They'll have nominations in categories that don't make no sense. People, they'll put, I don't know, 9 rappers up for Lyricist of the Year. Yeah. So I don't know if the only one that people respect, the most respected one in the music industry, is a Grammy. I'm not mad at you, the artist yourself, to want it. I get more angry with fans who act like that's great. But what are we supposed to? I mean, again, unless it's an alternative, I feel like people are going to go back to it over and over.
Well, to me, I don't think it's. I think it's all cyclical. Okay, like I think if the artist cares about it, the fans are going to care about it. And that only empowers the institution. My thing is that the energy, as whether it's the artist, the fans, whatever, the energy that we put towards these institutions that do not care about hip hop, all right, they do not care about hip hop. We're putting this energy. That energy could go to an institution that does care about hip hop. Mm-hmm. That's my point. There's no lack of of different, like I said, different, but it's always the same. It's the industry run things
that get about this, man. We can talk about this because this is a topic that I talked about earlier. I was talking to somebody. The rich black people don't want to do nothing. To me, and look, I'm not seeing everything that they're doing, but to me, they're not out here doing a bunch of stuff that is for the culture. A lot of times, they're just eating off the same stuff that the rich white people eat off.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
We talk. So any institution, any group, we talk about. You talking about no hip hop awards? Well, we got plenty of rap legends and so-called billionaires that's sitting around, but and they're doing stuff, to me. The stuff is just for themselves. It's not for Dr. Dre and Jay-Z. These dudes that's making gajillions of dollars off of headphones and stuff could make, and liquor could put what you're talking about on and get the investors and get some people to do that. But they say, hey, there's no money in that for me. Why?
They'd rather get money with the other people. Yes, that's.
I just don't see how you could do it. How you could see it any other way? To me, it's that type of stuff going on,
and that's my point. That's why I'm hating on Pusha T, because he don't have to put his energy into the same things that other people put their energy into. He could put his energy into something new and different. Instead of all this campaign album of the year and then trying to get it with the Grammys, he could just been like, you know, I mean, he did this interview was with Double XL. Double XL is a trash hip hop magazine anyway, right? They're trash. They don't care about hip hop either, right? My point is, you could get with some of these, you know, cooler, doper communities that they have. Whether I don't care whether it's one of these hip hop podcasts or whether it's, I don't know, whatever, or make your own thing,
right?
But
don't Puff have a channel?
Right.
Revolt.
Right? Revolt.
Don't they have a whole TV channel? So you got that's it right there. Link up with them and get a war show off at any. Can't you just like rent out the Apollo or something? I don't know how that works, but I don't get it, man. Like I said, I just don't look, man. This is the same thing I say about everything, because people was talking about Dion and all this type of stuff, and I watched the interview with him on Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
You see that?
I didn't see the interview.
I didn't watch it yet.
He sat down, talked to him for a long time, right? And he was, and Shannon, you know, that's his friend. So Shannon kind of capes for him a little bit.
Right.
But he says, like, well, people said this. What do you think of this?
Right.
And then he responds, what do you think about this? They say you selling out this, that, and the third. It's like, well, what are you doing? You know? And that's true. Our rich black people, and look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Maybe they do it low key so we don't know. But I feel like they could put up money to have paid Dion if they wanted him to stay at the school so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Or if they want to make other HBCUs pop, I would assume that Howard has a bunch of rich black people that went to Howard.
Yep. Did he go to Howard?
I'm sorry?
Did he go to Howard?
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, it's the same type of thing that you're talking about. I don't understand that. I don't see how that's what you're saying about getting mad at the artist, but Push is not to this level of rich that we're talking about. So, and I'm assuming he could. I'm assuming he could do anything. He was president of a music label. I would think he could do it if he wanted to make that a thing. But like I said, it's hard for me to also be mad at the same time when he's playing that game as an artist. So I guess we got two different hats. The artist hat, you know what I'm saying? The artist, I think, probably should be doing some of the stuff that he's doing, even though I think it's kind of corny. And then the not an artist, kind of boss creative individual who's, you know, making up jingles for stuff like that and running businesses, I feel like he could make something like that happen. And other people would be with it, you know, because there should be some award shows where a person who's dominating in the underground lane where hip hop it comes from, where hip hop is born, should be getting shine. Like they're doing, if you're doing something that no one did before, or you have a movement, like I didn't see any Grammys or any kind of nominations for NBA YoungBoy, if I'm not mistaken. But what he's doing,
I saw something.
Numbers he's running up are crazy. He's dominating in the kid.
But I saw one of the magazines gave him rapper of the year or something like that.
Great, but there should be an award show.
He gets put in some of the things,
where they say this dude's doing this, or his movement's doing this, or at least his movement performs, and shows this is one of the areas that's really big in hip hop right now.
Yeah.
And over here we got, you know, these people that's doing big things, and these type of people, and you should be able to see the diversity in hip hop celebrated in a way annually that gets to, you might not win a bunch of awards, but you get shine for your area, your culture. People see you, you know, you get that promotion. Hip hop should be doing that for itself, but you know, come on, man, these labels run it.
That's my thing, and this is what I'm sick of. Why scrape and bow to these people who don't care about you instead of just making our own thing, going our own way? This is what I don't understand. That's my point. And
we gotta get our money up, man. This is an ancient argument, man.
Yeah.
This ain't, you know, this is the same argument people been having, man.
I know. And so, but to me, I'm not gonna give Pusha a pass. It's the same argument that people have been having, but until people stop doing the same thing, it's not gonna change. Like,
okay, I mean, you fully on that. I mean, this has been the argument in Black history in America. It's like, do we want to have our own stuff completely, or do we want to be cool with these white folks? Like, so
I'm cool with anyone, but my point is, okay,
it's not about race. So that's not what I mean.
It's not about
that institution is an institution that's created. They've always traditionally not given hip hop respect.
Exactly.
They continue to not give hip hop respect, in my opinion.
Right.
But they have people there that are on the boards and all that stuff that say they love hip hop and they are supposed to be hip hop fans.
Right, because they try to do that. Community. They try to do that. Change it from the inside thing. That never works.
That's what Jigga did with those other groups. That's what he's doing. That's what the other people say he's doing. So if it's not working, we can look at them and blame them.
Exactly. I do blame him.
So I do blame him.
I got hate for Jay-Z. We could have a whole episode hating on him.
No, I mean people that's at the top like that. I don't mean him specifically, but yes, him. I mean, he gets some of the hate too. He was with that NFL stuff talking about we gonna make them show that they care. We don't have to kneel or whatever the hell he was talking about. So yeah.
So look,
he's trying to buy a team bad. They ain't let him get it either.
I know. I'm just not with the whole changing from the inside type of thing, especially in this situation with hip hop, because this is a space that is not like football or something like this or something like that. This is a space that has dominated all the artists, all of the artists, all the people getting rich from the music, all the things that people are buying is from these artists. They can put their money and their power and their voice. It doesn't, because the thing is, this is not a money thing. It's an award show. Yeah. Like it's not a money thing.
Well, they make money and give money away and stuff. But it's antithetical to hip hop. Hip hop is counterculture. It's not supposed to be what's up with the mainstream culture. It's supposed to be something that's not of that. So completely agree with you. Like I said, I completely agree with you. I wish we could get in a room and ask why, or ask. I would love to ask Ice Cube why this hasn't been pursued. Because he's someone who does try to do his own, make his own thing.
Makes his own thing.
So. How come that hasn't
proven to do it?
Or has somebody not had that idea, or what? Because I would love to see it.
I'm sure people have had that idea.
Same thing, like Joe Budden was talking about having a union and all that type of stuff. Like, why don't y'all make it happen? Then? Y'all got million.
Well, man,
I agree with that.
I don't know why. I think people can't.
Why even get on a record label if you just got to pay to get on the DSP?
Because I think people just out for themselves. That's the reason. That's my issue. I think people are usually just out for themselves.
Solidarity ain't it, man.
Right. And so instead of rappers coming together, talking to each other, and figuring out what they need to do or whatever, I feel like everybody is just looking out for number one.
I thought Jigga was about to do that, then he sold it. It's like I thought Tidal was about to be that, and then he just bailed on it.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought he still owned 50% of Tidal.
Yeah,
I thought it was a partnership, right?
I thought he sold everything in Tidal.
But my understanding with Tidal was he wanted all the artists to jump in with him,
right?
And the artists did not choose to do that.
Well, they did at first.
Some of them did, yeah.
I thought very few. Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was, yeah.
A few big ones. What? Because there was a few other big ones like Drake who was going other way. Other places.
I don't want to get canceled, so I'm gonna stop saying what I was about to say about Drake. But he's not necessarily on the team, man. Y'all remember he was on Black? You saw him in Blackface?
Yeah. Oh, you saw him? You're right. Yeah, you're right. You
saw that?
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know if he's down with the team the same way that maybe everybody. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
All right. So everybody's out for themselves.
Maybe that's the case. Right, but yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I can't speak to what Drake's thinking, but it wasn't everybody that jumped on Tidal's team. Remember, because that was in the streaming wars. Everyone was doing exclusive albums and stuff like that.
They lost. Tidal lost.
And Tidal lost. Tidal lost the streaming wars. So both the fans and the artists did not support that move that Jay-Z tried to make. And that may be why, I'm not trying to shoot Jay-Z Bell, but just,
Please don't.
there's an argument there to say maybe that's why he's like, okay, that doesn't work. We got to do it from the inside type of way instead. But, I just think you got to stick to the plan and grow slowly. And even if it may not be, the awards won't be as large in the short term. It won't be recognized in the short term. But, you give it 10 years and it can be something that is, positive.
Like I said, man, who's gonna put the money up and take losses until it blows up all the way, like a Rupert Murdoch building Fox News, where you taking L's in the front until you got it, and now you dominate. I don't see it, but maybe it's out there. I mean, I don't know, man. We probably can end it on that, huh?
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Bryson been sleeping about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got no music inputs, dog.
But not even music. We talking about just music awards now, man.
Nah.
Man. All right. Well, that's it for today. Catch you guys in the new year. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed any of the conversation. Let us know what your top 5 albums of the year are down in the comments below. And have a great good new year. Peace.
Peace.